Hello, everyone, and welcome to an exciting webinar today, Scenic Switzerland by Rail. I am your host, as well as train conductor, Tyler Wallinger, and I'm going to share with you some exciting adventures here at Railbookers that we could take you on for your next dream vacation by rail. So before we get started and leave out of our virtual train station, I did want to talk about very briefly our two distinct Yankee Leisure Group brands. To our left is Amtrak Vacations. Now, Amtrak Vacations is the official tour operator for Amtrak, and Amtrak moves over 3 million passengers each year on its rail system. So if you're interested in doing a domestic trip right here in your own backyard to destinations such as the national parks like Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, or even Glacier National Park by rail, we got you covered there. We take care of those lodges, hotel accommodations, sightseeing tours, transfers, rental cars, and so much more with Amtrak Vacations, including the rail upgrades to those roomettes and bedrooms. But if you're looking to travel to destinations such as Alaska or maybe Canada for this year or next year, or even traveling to Europe and beyond, that's going to be with Railbookers. Railbookers is very similar to Amtrak Vacations, but on a global scale, where we take care of those train accommodations on board some of those scenic trains like the ones we'll talk about today. We'll talk about those hotel accommodations, sightseeing tours, transfers, and so much more can be booked by Railbookers. All that again is taken care of by us, so because we are that one-stop shop source. But if you ever need any adjustments or even customizing your vacation, we can help take care of that here as well with Amtrak Vacations and Railbookers. And you can find out more of our vacation experiences by rail, and you can even download our digital brochures at www.railbookers.com. And again, all of our rail vacation packages are can be booked as early as today and as far out as 2023. So if you're looking to plan a trip for next year, maybe for a honeymoon or a birthday or even a graduation gift, again, we got you covered. Again, check us out at www.railbookers.com. And folks, again, Railbookers is so special because we actually have direct rail partnerships global wide, such as, of course, a couple examples like Trenitalia, which is the Italian train system, Deutsche Bahn, which is the German rail network, Eurostar, Norwegian Rail, Swiss Rail, and so many great others. But why do travelers such as yourselves love Railbookers? Well, number one, we are the rail experts. We provide that rail expertise and knowledge, not only for the best routes and the best times, but to ensure that you have the best vacation possible. We could book any of our rail vacation packages as early as today and as far as 2023. Again, if you're looking to plan that bucket list trip, maybe it's again for a special occasion like an anniversary, or maybe you just want to get out of the house and you want to travel. Again, we got you covered. We also offer maximum flexibility, so any destination, any date, for any length of time. Simply put it, if the train goes there, so do we. And we offer the largest rail vacation selection to choose from luxurious rail experiences to multi-country journeys to even extending your cruise. So if you are booked or even rebooked on an ocean or river cruise, either right here in the United States or even traveling outside of the US, like maybe in Europe or in Canada, again, we got you covered because we can create and customize a rail itinerary based upon what you're looking for. And last but not least, no rail trip is too complicated for us, because where it's confusing for most, it is very simple for us, because it goes back to our major point. We are the rail experts. And we have a 24-hour support staff from all of our global offices here in the US, Canada, in Europe, and even down in Australia, here and ready to help plan your next dream vacation by rail. Now, what does Railbookers offer? Right? That's, people think about Railbookers, they think, oh, we're just booking train tickets. And that's not just the case. But we do book those train tickets and offer confirmed seat reservations on those trains, including those scenic and high-speed trains. When you're traveling to Europe, folks, you need to have that confirmed seat reservation. It's not like you just get a ticket and climb on board. No. You actually have to have a confirmed seat reservation on board those trains or even those scenic trains that we'll talk about today. And that's what we take care of here at Railbookers up to 24 months in advance. We also offer those sightseeing tour activities. So if you're going to be visiting a destination, let's say you're going to Italy and you want to visit Rome, you want to check out the Colosseum, you're going to want to go visit the Vatican and get the skip the line tickets. And again, we can take care of that. From independent tours, doing it yourself, to hop on, hop offs, to semi-guided with the tour guide, or even doing a private tour. We also take care of our private tours. So if you want that more intimate experience between you and your family and the guide, or maybe it's just you and your spouse, again, we could take care of that. We have a plethora of hotel options to choose from 3, 4, and 5-star options, including castle stays in Europe. So if you're looking for a historic boutique hotel or one of those larger chains, again, we got it all. We also offer ferry transfers. So again, just a perfect example. Let's say you want to travel from Bari, Italy, all the way over to Patras, Greece, and see a little bit more of Greece, like Athens and of course the Greek Isles. We can also help out with that. We even offer mountain excursions like Mount Pilatus, Jungfraujoch, Mount Titlis, and even overnight rail journeys. So if you're traveling across great distances and you don't want to stop halfway at a hotel somewhere, again, stay at a hotel on wheels and take the overnight train and feel refreshed and ready to go when you arrive at your next destination. What options are available with Railbookers? Now, as I mentioned, again, this is what we can offer, what we can book, and what we can take care of. But when I want to go in a little bit more depth with the customization aspect. So as I mentioned before, we can customize our rail vacation packages by adding on any destination. So let's say you're looking at our Venice, Florence, and Rome package, but you want to visit Lake Como, or you want to head over to Cinque Terre or the Amalfi Coast near the end of your stay. No problem, we can help out with that. Maybe you want to make it round trips. Let's say you're flying in and out of Zurich. We could definitely make that a round trip vacation experience for you. We can even book it our trips in reverse. So let's say you find one of our packages online, you're like, this is exactly what I'm looking for, but can we just flip it in reverse? Absolutely. We can upgrade those train tickets from standard to first class or business executive class, as well as adding on additional sightseeing tours or upgrading those tours in the package to fully private tours where possible. And as I mentioned, you have the choice to choose what hotel accommodations you want to stay at along your trip. We offer everything from 3, 4, and 5-star hotels. So maybe in one location you want to stay at a 5-star, like maybe in Venice on the Venetian Lagoon, or maybe in some other destination like in, I don't know, Zurich. You maybe want to stay at a 3 or 4-star. Again, you have no preference on that. That's fine. Again, we can customize that in that trip. Now, talked about what we offer, what's the difference between us and other competitors, but why is it important to book now versus later? I'm going to tell you why. We have our maximum flexibility offer. This is huge, folks. Our maximum flexibility offer allows you folks to be able to book with confidence. So if you need to change your travel dates, change the duration of your vacation, or even the destination of your vacation, you could do so with us up to 60 days prior to departure, without incurring any change or cancellation fees. But again, this offer is only valid for a short, limited time. So if you want to take advantage of our maximum flexibility offer and book a trip for next year, give yourself that peace of mind. Again, give yourself that peace of mind and reassurance. If you need to adjust or change, you could do so without incurring any change or cancellation fees. And that's not all. We also have our Black Friday sale. Our Black Friday sale expires soon. So again, take advantage of up to $350 off on your next rail vacation with us. So again, if you're starting to plan for, maybe this as a Christmas gift for your spouse, or maybe you're starting to plan with the family for next year, again, take advantage of our Black Friday sale where you can save up to $350 off on your vacation. Now, you're like, Tyler, this sounds great. I'm so excited. I'm pumped and I'm ready to learn about Switzerland. But how are the rail operators maintaining a safe environment? I'm going to tell you. First and foremost, they are requiring facial coverings in the stations and on board the trains for both passengers and staff. They have increased the cleaning and sanitation protocols at the stations and on board those trains to keep passengers safe and also as well as their staff. But last but not least, contactless for ticket control through emails on apps. Instead of having physical copy tickets where you might lose them on your trip or you might forget them or whatever that may be. Again, it's all digital. We're going in that digital direction, which is great to see that everything can be just easily downloadable on your phone or even on an app. All right, folks, so now we're going to talk about Switzerland by rail. This is our Scenic Switzerland from Zurich package. Again, this is one of our most popular and well-booked packages here at Railbookers. Why? Because you get to see all the major highlights of Switzerland and get to travel on some amazing scenic trains. So you'll start your trip with us in Zurich. Again, this is round trip in and out of Zurich. And by the way, folks, from the Zurich airport to the Zurich city center, it's a 10-minute train ride. So many people think, oh, I need to take a taxi or a private transfer. No. You can just take a short train ride, 10 minutes, folks, 10 minutes from Zurich Airport right into the Zurich city center. And you can check out a little bit of Zurich, check out the Lemmet River. You can check out Lake Zurich itself, even the clock towers or the Grossmünster Cathedral. Again, all of that is within walking distance from the Zurich Hauptbahnhof. I always do recommend, though, for passengers to check out and stay in Zurich at least for one night while in Switzerland, so that way they can be able to see this iconic city and destination. After their time exploring Zurich, they'll head over to St. Moritz. Now, St. Moritz is a ski resort town located on the eastern side of Switzerland, located in the Engadine Alps. And St. Moritz is really iconic because not only is it a ski resort town during the winter and actually a hot spring resort during the summer season, but it actually was held twice for the Winter Olympic Games, once in 1928 and the other in 1948. And there's a lot to do actually in St. Moritz, not just the lake itself, where you can go check out some of the the yachts sailing on the lake during the summer, or even during the winter you see them playing winter activities, but you can also do some light hiking. There's even, of course, an opportunity to check out Pisnare, which is where it's a very famous ski spot. You can take a cable car and gondola right up to the top and see all the 48 peaks from the top there. But what people do, one of the most popular excursions to experience while staying in St. Moritz, is the BERNINA Express day trip. The BERNINA Express is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and travels through a couple UNESCO sites, such as the Bernina Pass, the Albula Line, as well as goes over some iconic architectural wonders that makes these just Switzerland so amazing, such as the Bruzio Spiral Viaduct, as you could see here, which is a true testimony of Swiss engineering. By the way, folks, a little interesting fact: the locals that call the Bernina Express in Swiss, and don't ask me how to pronounce it, but they call it the Little Red. Why? Because it reminds them of a little toy train set, and it really is. It's just an iconic train. I've been very fortunate enough to travel on it myself. Little helpful tip: if you're on the Bernina Express, these little windows right here actually do roll down, and you get some great pictures and video without the glare of the windows there. Now, on board the Bernina Express, there's two classes of services. There's standard class, as you see here, which is a 2x2 seating configuration. Again, very comfortable. But if you want a little bit more extra space, I would recommend upgrading to first class. First class is a 2x1 seating configuration, and of course, you have a little more of an, more elevated seating style, which is in leather, as you can see here. And again, a little extra space for yourself and also for your luggage. And of course, again, the day trip on the Bernina Express, what we always recommend passengers to do is traveling down to Tirana, which is a little border town between Switzerland and Italy. They, taking their pictures and their videos on the way down, and then, grab some lunch while they're there, and then relax on the way back. But after time exploring the Bernina Express and even staying in St. Moritz for 2 nights, you'll then travel on the scenic and luxurious Glacier Express. The Glacier Express, folks, this is a iconic train journey that makes Switzerland so not only iconic and scenic, but just also a little bit add a little touch of romance. I always say the train really just embodies romance, and a lot of people's in films and in pictures and posters. People just love train travel, including myself. But the Glacier Express travels between the two ski resort towns of St. Moritz all the way over to Zermatt. And of course, the train was originally established in the early 1930s to connect the two ski resort towns, and they originally had Pullman-style carriages with a with a steam locomotive. But as time has went on, things have changed for the Glacier Express for the better. Now they have, of course, electrical locomotives and more panorama carriages. And on board the Glacier Express, there's still 3 classes of services. The first, as you see here, which is standard class, it's a 2x2 seating configuration. Again, a very comfortable option if you're on a budget. But if you have a little bit more extra to spare, I would always recommend upgrading to first class. First class, folks, first class is going to be 2x1 seating configuration, and also, of course, a little extra space for yourself and extra space for your luggage. Now, be aware, of course, that folks, that standard class and first class accommodations do not include meals. However, they are available for purchase on board the train, which I highly recommend. They do serve everything in fine china and glassware. And a little actually helpful tip: the glasses actually are at a tilt, and the reason why is because of the elevation that the Glacier Express travels through. Perfect example is the Oberall Pass. It goes over 6,000 feet above sea level. But if you really want the ultimate amount of luxury, and I highly recommend this, and as well if it's in your budget, is the Excellence class. Now, the Excellence class is the best way to go on the Glacier Express, and we always recommend, or always try to offer it if available. The Excellence class is a total of 20 seats in the carriage, and it's 1-by-1 seating configuration. So automatically giving you a window seat and also the best seats in the Swiss Alps, I always say. On board in the Excellence class, you get a 5-course cuisine freshly cooked and prepared for you with wine pairing, as well as you have access to the Glacier Bar where you can be able to get non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages. You also have a dedicated concierge that's there to serve you throughout the journey. And then also, of course, too, you have a dedicated porter that's there to help with your luggage in and off the train. And then before long, after your scenic journey going through the Swiss Alps and going through 3 different canton regions in Switzerland, you'll then arrive to the famous ski resort town of Zermatt. Zermatt is famous for the Matterhorn. And while you're checking out the beautiful little town of Zermatt, you do have a day trip with us on the GORNERGRAT. Now, the GORNERGRAT is a cog railway train experience. And what people sometimes don't realize about a cog train. A cog train actually has a middle cog piece, almost like a watch cog, but magnify it by 10, of course. And they have it in the middle part of the train itself, which allows it to climb up to steep elevations and between 30% gradients all the way up to 45% gradient, which is crazy. And definitely something you would see in Switzerland for sure. But on the Gornergrat, there are roll down windows, as you can see here, where you can get some great panoramic pictures and video of the Matterhorn as you're climbing up to the top. And the Gornergrat does offer some great scenery along the way. And at the top of the mountain there's a hotel there that you could be able to check out with a restaurant, even some gift shops, and then even some light hiking trails at the top as well. But after time exploring Zermatt and the Gornergrat, you'll then head over by train to Montreux for a night where you get to be able to check out the eastern side of Lake Geneva. You can even check out the Chilean castle during your stay. But after time exploring Montreux, you'll then climb on board the iconic and scenic Golden Pass line. Again, the Golden Pass will connect itself from Montreux over to Schweisman, and then from Schweisman over to Interlaken, and then ending over into Lucerne. And on board the Golden Pass, there's 2 classes of services, but I always recommend the first class. That's the great option. Again, 2-by-1 seating configuration, and you can also purchase wine and even other snacks and beverages on board the train. After time exploring the Golden Pass line, you'll then head over to Lucerne, where you'll stay with us for 3 nights, which is, again, almost near the end of your journey with us. You'll stay in the beautiful town of Lucerne, famous, of course, for not only Lake Lucerne itself, but also Mount Pilatus. Now, Mount Pilatus is one of the most popular excursions to experience while in Lucerne. And some people thought, why is it called Mount Pilatus? A little interesting fact. Pilatus itself was actually named after Pontius Pilate, which was the Roman prefect during the time of Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, he was put to the task to crucify Jesus, even though he didn't want to, and he left it up to the side of the people. But again, the story doesn't end there. So, what happened was they believed that Pontius Pilate was taken to the top and he haunts the mountain forever. But that's just, of course, a silly superstition. Or is it? But again, you'll get to check out Mount Pilatus on this cog railway train experience that goes up at 45% gradient up to the top, and you can be able to see the panorama views of Lucerne and the lake below, even some light hiking trails, and even the Hotel Kolm at the top. On your next day, a full day in Lucerne, you'll take a trip over to Interlaken, where you'll then head over and experience the Jungfraujoch day trip as you travel. Again, another cog railway train experience to the top of Jungfrau. When you get to reach the top of Jungfraujoch, there is, of course, the observation dome area there. You could be able to check out some great restaurants, gift shops, even the highest chocolate factory in the world is located up there, the Ice Palace, and so much more. And then after time exploring Jungfrau, you'll then head over back to Lucerne for your final night, and then heading over to Zurich and flying on home. Or if you wish to continue, stay, or extend your visit by rail, we can also help out with that. But again, this is our Scenic Switzerland from Zurich package. It is 9 days, starting at $2,299. Again, a great value for what you're being able to get with this great vacation package. Now, I did want to talk about one other package, folks, today, and this is our Glacier Express package. So again, this is a great option even if you're getting off a Rhine River cruise in Basel and you want to head over to Zurich and then maybe explore maybe the major highlights of Switzerland, such as Zurich, St. Moritz, Zermatt, and even in Geneva, and then even get to travel on the iconic Glacier Express. This is a great package for that. Or maybe if you're looking for a short visit in Switzerland too, this is a great option as well. And if we want to be able to even extend your stay throughout Europe by rail, we can also customize that in this package. But you'll start your trip with us in Zurich with a one-night stay where you could be able to explore the financial district of Switzerland, as they call it. And in Zurich, it's very fashionable, very luxurious shops, chocolate factories, but some even great history there as well. The Grossmünster Cathedral was originally established by Charlemagne himself in the early times, I should say. And then also, of course, too, many people get to check out the lake because it's one of the most freshest lakes in all of Switzerland. After time exploring Zurich, you'll then head over by train to St. Moritz for a night's stay. But while you're in St. Moritz, I always recommend checking out Pisnair, which is again the a cable car, as well as gondola right up to the top, where you can get some great panorama views of the lake below. You get to see the 48 peaks, and on a clear day, you can actually see the Matterhorn to the west. After your night's stay and checking out St. Moritz, you'll then travel on the Scenic Glacier Express train. This is again on the full-length route from St. Moritz heading westbound over to Zermatt, and you get to see some iconic points of interest along the way. And I should also mention too, on the Glacier Express, they do actually provide commentary so you can learn about the route, learn about the the points of interest along the routes. You get to see everything from the Rhine Gorge of which is the Grand Canyon of Switzerland. You get to check out the Oberau Pass. You get to be able to see 9th century abbeys. You're going to go through some amazing areas of the Swiss Alps, which is just so iconic, before you arrive into Zermatt train station and be greeted by the Matterhorn. And again, you'll stay with us in Zermatt for a night so you can check out this great ski resort town before you take a train over to Geneva, which is going to be the end of your journey with us there for a night stay. You could check out more of the French-Swiss side of Switzerland, checking out Lake Geneva itself, or even taking a nice little lake cruise along the lake. So again, this is our Glacier Express package. It is 5 days starting at $899 and includes all that you see here and more with this great rail vacation itinerary. So folks, that's just a little bit of a taste of Switzerland that we can be able to offer you, or even your family for that matter, if you're looking to travel to Switzerland with us for next year. But as I mentioned, we do a lot of European rail vacation experiences, and we make Europe by rail made easy. As you can see, we not only travel to Switzerland, but we go to Italy, France, Spain, Germany, the United Kingdom, Poland, even Scandinavia. So again, there's a lot of great destinations we could travel to by train, and we can make it all possible here at Railbookers. They can customize that based upon what you're looking for. Now, I did talk about a little bit of luxury with the Glacier Express, but what makes a luxury rail journey different from a regular train journey? First, they're iconic, historic, and even offer incredible scenery along their routes, right? So like the Glacier Express, it is a historic train. It is iconic and really is one of the, proud, rail lines in Switzerland. But it offers incredible scenery. But that's not just there. We offer luxury trains like the Venice Simplon Orient Express, the Royal Scotsman, the Trans-Siberian Golden Eagle Express, the Maharaja Express, the GON, the Indian Pacific. There's so many luxury trains that we offer around the globe that we can help plan if you're looking for a luxury train experience. Second, they also offer impeccable onboard service with dedicated stewards and staff throughout the journey. So as you'll notice on the Glacier Express, as an example, in excellence class, there are staff there there to wait on you and making sure that you're taken care of throughout your journey. World-class cuisine, everything is freshly cooked and prepared on board the train and only uses the freshest of ingredients along the route, and it's prepared by private chefs on board. Also, and many of those iconic luxury trains I just talked about, like the Venice Simplon Orient Express or the Royal Scotsman or even the GON and Indian Pacific, and they offer a variety of onboard sleeping accommodations to choose from standard cabins all the way up to private suites. Last but not least, many of those scenic trains, or luxury trains I should call them, have also private excursions or additional activities that can be arranged or that is also included on the trip for individual customers. So if you're looking to see more details about that, let our travel consultants know. You can give us a call at 1-888-829-3040, or you can also contact your local travel advisor as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. Again, that number is 1-888-829-3040 for Railbookers, or even contact your local travel advisor as well. And even check out our website at www.railbookers.com. Again, this is the end of our virtual train tour. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today and hope all of you have a wonderful and train-tastic day. Bye-bye.